It's week 1 of the NFL, and we'll see a pair of teams who shared the city of Dallas in the early 60s. It's the Chiefs and the Cowboys, under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
We'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Taken in at the 22. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They're on the stop with Leo Chanel.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. On the bootleg, Stroud. Swinging this out for Pollard. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Alert! Alert! Roll, go!
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Stroud. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Here we go, here we go.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, fingers crossed here, 1st quarter of the new season, already an injury. Well, they attend to him. We'll step aside. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Pollard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal.
Come on, come on. Hey.
And Stroud now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Mustang 19, Buffalo 18,
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now Mahomes. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so wisely just gets rid of it.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18 Pioneers, 79 Broncos. Go check, go check.
Here's Stroud. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, he booked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Throwing now is Stroud. He finds his man, Pollard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Stroud to throw it. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
19 Lions.
Now Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. Some scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down.
Hey, 43, 15.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 29-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 71 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Charles, they had 6 DBs out there. They were thinking pass. They surprised him with a long run.
I wonder if they saw that and just checked to it. Maybe had an audible and said, you know something, against 6 defensive backs, let's run the football. Let's get our big guys downfield and match up with the littler guys and see if we can create some space. And not only did they create space, they created a path all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Cowboys 6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that. Because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well. All right, if you're kicking field goals, that's great. But your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, I'm trying to erase this deficit. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Stroud looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and drag it to make sure he gets it done.
Get it!
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And some room to maneuver. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Stroud off the play fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Rice. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Mahomes now on first down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second down and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is a 26-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they get set to host the Philadelphia Eagles. Good games in the late afternoon as well. We'll stay out east and highlight the matchup at MetLife Stadium, where it'll be the Giants taking on the LA Chargers. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was a strong first half for running back Tony Pollard. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half They didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
On the bootleg, Stroud. Swinging this out for Pollard. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
On first down, Mahomes throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Mahomes to throw once more. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is at a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Let's go.
First and 10, it's Stroud. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
19 tight.
Stroud. That is caught. And maybe out of balance, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Stroud's throw there complete to Allen.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now 2nd and 3.
70 Timberwolves. Hey, smash Bronco. Go.
And Stroud now to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Felix Anudike-Uzomah, the man to get home for the sack.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Stroud on 3rd down now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line. On the draw, it's Pollard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Stroud to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. They go play fake. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Credit the sack to Leighton Vander Esch. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
They've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Let's go now. Warriors 70. Cowboy 80.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. So tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the offense moving quickly to the line. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Pollard again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Here we go.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Unlock right. Unlock. Go, Reed. Go.
They'll run left with Pollard. There he goes left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Here we go, 1st and goal. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Let's go.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Check.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready.
3rd down and goal coming up here.
Ready.
Now Stroud. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Tony Pollard. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys have taken a 4th quarter lead. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is up to 5. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down 21-16. 65 seconds remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Tony. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes to throw it. Finding Hardman. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes will throw. Locates Hardman for another catch. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Here's first down. Here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. When Mahomes sees something, he'll change the play. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Mahomes. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive. The bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. Well, Carter, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game 1 of many to come sitting next to you. Really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way, but I'm glad that we got started.
So for Dallas, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.